Hi guys, video number 2. This one's just the basics on sales. I want you to understand that all of you think you can't sell, and I'm going to show you how you all sell every single day in this video, okay? When I was 7 years old, I lived in a crappy apartment complex outside of Syracuse in a place called Liverpool. I lived there with my mother, my half-brother, and one of my stepfathers. This was stepfather number 3. I had 7. So this is number 3. I'm 7 years old. Poor. I mean, we were always poor. Like, no money for candy, cereal, things like that. We had, like, what it had to keep you alive. So I just knew that there was something wrong with that all these other people had things, and they had candy, and they had stuff like that, and I wanted that. So, but I wasn't sure, like, what that meant. So I'm outside playing with these kids when we're 7 years old, and one of these older kids comes over with a dandelion. And he starts peeling it apart, and he drops it into a glass of water. And they all curl up into curly cues. And I'm freaked out. I'm like, oh, this is the coolest thing in the world. And somehow, in my little brain, it's poof, that I could sell these. And that the moms in this community would buy these from me, and they would give me money, and then I could go buy candy. So I start going door to door with these little things, a whole handful of them, knocking on the doors. Hi, would you like to buy curly cues? And miraculously, moms thought this was so freaking cute that they started pulling them out of my hand and going and coming back and giving me change. So I just door to door at 7 until they were all gone, and I had a pile of change. And right down to the gas station I went, about a quarter of a mile down the road. Gas stations back then weren't like they are today. They didn't have convenience stores. You went into a gas station, they sold oil, they sold all that. They didn't even sell cigarettes. They had a candy machine. So I go and I use all of this change to buy every bit of candy I possibly can. Well, come a little while after dark, and know my mom, it was probably like an hour or 2 after dark, she decides that I'm not home and she should come looking for me. So she can't find me. And I don't think we had a phone. So I don't remember, but I don't think we had a phone because she headed up to the convenience store to call. I guess she was going to call the police or whatever parents did back then. And there I was, sitting at the bottom of the candy machine, covered in wrappers, sick as a dog. And I know I got whooped for that and dragged back home. But that's when I realized that if I wanted things that I didn't have, people would give me money for things that I could figure out things to do, and they would give me money, and that I didn't need it from anyone else. Stop this story, and we'll start with why everyone can sell. Man, I tell you what, if I slapped every single person that ever told me, I don't know how you do it, I could never do sales, I'd probably be in prison for life, literally, because you're all full of shit. You all do sales. I don't care who you are. Priests do sales. What sales look like? Simple. Anytime you wanted someone to do something they did not want to do, and they ended up doing it, you sold them. You sold them on your idea. You sold them on what you wanted. Now, if you had equated young in life that selling people equated to them giving you money, you might have honed that skill better. But don't tell me you can't sell, because I could take any person on this planet, unless you are so type B that you cannot talk to other human beings. If you are so introverted that you cannot talk to other human beings or deal with other human beings, then no, you cannot sell, other than to the people in your life. Outside of that, no one's going to, because they have to. They love you, or for some reason they care about you, so they're going to let you sell them into stuff they don't want to do. But very little. If you're good at it, dude, you can have people, like, they'll be doing jumping jacks, and think it's the greatest thing in the whole world. But I understand people that don't think they can do it. So I'll go through that later on in videos about everything that it takes to learn how to sell. But the most important part about this video is this. If you can't sell, do not open a company. I don't care what you do. I do not care. You can sit here, all of you, everyone business owner is going to want to call me or text me or comment or whatever the hell it is you all do to tell me how I'm wrong. But trust me, okay? If you can't sell, no one's going to buy.